After Moana 2, Moana 3 should do the sister storyline everyone thought Frozen 2 would. Warning: this article contains spoilers for Moana 2 and Frozen 2. Despite Disney having a few theatrical misses with some of their recent projects, Moana 2 came out last year to prove that the company still has plenty of franchises that are capable of making it big at the box office. While Moana 2's reviews were much more middling than the first, audiences were clearly captivated by the sequel. It earned more than $1 billion over the course of its theatrical run, making it one of Disney's biggest franchises, alongside heavy hitters like the Frozen series. While any sort of continuation of Moana hasn't been confirmed, the fact that Moana 2 was such a huge success means that another entry in the franchise is essentially guaranteed. After next year's live-action Moana remake comes out, Moana 3 is likely soon to follow and could go many different ways. Moana 2's post-credits scene leaves numerous hanging threads for a sequel to explore, and there is one aspect of the story that could borrow from fan theories from Frozen 2. Perhaps the biggest theory about Frozen 2 before its release was that Anna was going to develop powers in a similar manner to Elsa, though the prevailing thought was that she would gain more summer-themed powers, as opposed to Elsa's winter-themed ice magic. This theory arose from several factors, with the initial basis simply being that it would be an interesting storytelling device. Elsa's powers are the focus of the entire story of the first Frozen, so a sequel could easily have revolved around Anna's developing magic. Frozen 2's trailers also reinforced this theory at the time, as the sequel seemed to very much be leaning into the mystical side of the universe with its first showings. Anna has always been portrayed with warmer colors than her sister, surrounded by greens, yellows, and oranges, compared to the icy blues and whites of Elsa, and the idea that Frozen 2 would take it even further with Anna developing new powers made a lot of sense. However, that obviously didn't end up happening, as Anna went through Frozen 2 without ever gaining any sort of magical abilities. With Frozen 2 not giving Anna powers, Moana 3 now has the opportunity to step in and deliver that story instead. Even though the film is still years away at this point, and nothing about the plot or characters has been revealed, this could absolutely be one of the paths the story goes down. Moana becomes a demigoddess by the end of Moana 2, giving her a range of powers similar to Dwayne Johnson's Maui, and by the time Moana 3 rolls around, her sister could receive the same treatment. Simea isn't one of the main characters in Moana 2, but she does take on a relatively significant role, interacting with the majority of the central cast and being one of Moana's main character motivations throughout the movie. Simea is obviously still very young during the events of Moana 2, only around 3 years old, while Moana herself is around 19 or 20. Moana and her sister's dynamic is very different from Elsa and Anna's, but aspects of it could certainly carry over. While the most obvious difference between the two pairs of sisters is their age gap, Moana and Simea could end up having a similar story to Anna and Elsa in any Moana sequels or continuations, especially if the franchise does some sort of time skip and Simea is aged up a few years. If she gained powers for any reason in the third movie, then that could further differentiate the two pairs, especially as the Frozen and Moana franchises seem destined to continue for the foreseeable future. There was a 3-year time skip between Moana and Moana 2, so there is a decent chance that more time will pass in the universe before the third movie comes out. While Simea probably won't gain powers as a 3-year-old, if she gets even just a few years older for the next movie, the filmmakers could do some very interesting things with her character. Moana 2 gave Moana her powers, and eventually, another project down the line could do the same with Simea.